the championship round from Rodeo Austin. Jeff Metters along Puts Knowles, and we are set for an absolute fantastic championship round.
Yeah, we really are. You know, there's nearly $1 million up for grabs, and these guys are after it. It's the second to the last stop we're going to see on the Texas swing. So as we get ready for tonight, if you've got a chance to capitalize on making the finals in Austin, you've got a lot of pressure on you.
Yeah, we got world champion, the reigning world champion, as a matter of fact, in bareback riding, steer wrestling, team roping, and also in tie-down roping. An odd little format, though. Some of it's clean slate, some of it goes back to the average.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. In the riding events and the two ladies events, breakaway roping and barrel racing, it's going to be sudden death. So the highest scores, the fastest times are going to win tonight. In the timed events on the other side of it, they all competed in 2 go-arounds. The fastest 2 times brought the top 12 back into the finals tonight. So we're going to see those times play a part on who our champion is. But either way, it's going to be a great shootout. Yeah, absolutely. Good payout, too. A little over $10,000 to $12,000 if you win this rodeo. So that'll make a dent in those world standings. Yeah, it definitely does, you know, and that's the thing. If you go to the winter rodeos and you want to hit at least at one of them. So if this is your last chance or second to the last chance and you're in the finals, you need to capitalize tonight. It's going to pay about $13,000 to win the riding events and the timed events. It's going to pay about $8,200 to win, plus what you can win in the short go. So there's a lot of money, and that moves the standings a lot of directions before we're said and done. Absolutely. And with that, let's jump into the arena down there in Austin. Yeah, pretty good rivalry. You got Qynn Hayes, you got Rocker Steiner, you have Bradlee Miller, and those three have been the headliners really the last 3 years here in bareback riding. There's a look at the matchups tonight. It all starts with Leighton Berry. Yeah, Leighton Berry is also a guy that's had a good winter. You know, that's the thing about it. A lot of guys have a lot of momentum going on, and some good matchups right there. Southside, that's a really good horse of Leighton's. Iron Flower with Rocker Steiner, that's going to be a handful. It's going to be fun to watch. It's going to be a fun short go, the top 8. Here we go. Yeah, and they've kind of flip-flopped that batting order. So Rodeo Farrell's going to be the first Cowboy to go, so a chance to jump out there and set the pace. You know, some Cowboys like that, some like no. And Thermopolis, Wyoming, I love the name of that town. That is a Cowboy town in Wyoming. Yeah, Rodeo Farrell. He's only 20 years old. This is his rookie year, but he can ride bareback horses. A good start right now. This horse has got some drop. Come on, Rodeo. You've got to set the bar high because these guys are going to come and try to get you. Excellent bareback ride to start it off with Rodeo Farrell. No problem getting that 8-second clock. So Rodeo will be the first out, first score on the board. Well, what some big names just to follow right after him. So you take a look at that, 83.5 points. I think is going to be the score there for Rodeo. Yeah, another look at it. Great mark out. And then you look at this. This horse has got some drop. That means that rigging's going straight down. Rodeo, good control, good contact with his feet all the way to the rigging. No problem anywhere in there. Maybe locked into his hand a hair right there at the last. That may have been why he was 83.5, but that's the score they're after now. Yeah, we touched on it. Clean slate. Here comes Tanner Ross. Won the last 2 years here in Austin, Texas. Happy hour from Butler & Son, the draw for Tanner. Yeah, Tanner, you see him focus right here. You know, he's such a veteran. He's headed to $2 million in his career. He's just a few $1,000s short of that. He's going to cross that. I'm sure he was a college champion back in 2012. 2 times Austin champion, 8 NFRs. I mean, he has done it all. Man, age 35 takes a toll on your body. 23rd in the world a year ago. Missed out, but he's been to the national finals rodeo on 8 different occasions. All right, Oss, here we go. He's got an 83.5 in front of him. Nice little horse. So Tanner's got to open up and get more points than the horse. No problem right there. Excellent ride. Where's it going to be? I'm not sure. Good ride for Tanner. The pickup men move in there to get him off. You talk about those lucky rodeos. You have some of those rodeos that you love going to? You always seem to pick up a check there? Yes. A guy, you know, everybody does. It seems like, you know, certain rodeos you just seem to have more luck. I don't know what it is. But when you watch this ride, this horse, you know, this horse you're going to mark 17, 18, maybe 19 points if you're, you know, giving more. But Tanner Ross knows that. So you have to expose yourself a little more when you're on a horse this nice. 86.5, and he certainly did. Good ride. Not quite in the same zip code as that 91 that he had a year ago that got him a win, but right now he has the lead. Now to Leighton Berry. Leighton missed last year due to some injuries. 4 times been to the national finals rodeo, back full force. Yeah, this horse is strong right here. Berry, he's fighting through it. You can see how he's getting rocked forward right there, coming around the corner. Good finish for Berry, but right at the end, that horse is going to weaken just a little bit, and that horse had a ton of drop, and you can see it in Leighton. Yeah, he's 15th in the world, so not a bad start to 2026 for Leighton. He's trying to get back on the road to the national finals rodeo. Question is that going to be good enough to move him past the 2-time champion in Tanner Ross? You know, I don't think it's going to be. I think this horse, you know, the ride's going to tell the difference. You can see right here, good mark out. But look how this horse is breaking straight over. Leighton right here is so far so good. But right here, you'll see this right leg kind of get locked down. A little bit into his hand, and the horse is going to kind of quit kicking right here at the corner. And that's going to be a point or two away from him. But 87.5 points. They liked it. So Leighton Berry now moves to the lead.
Yeah, what a board. 87.5, 86.5, and then 83.5, and we're just getting started. So already a high-scoring affair. We saw last year 91, got in the 90s to get the win, so you can't beat that. Well, here's Cade Saunier. Next to go. Cade's always fun to watch, isn't he?
Yeah, he really is. 14th in the world. He's having a good year again. 2 trips to the national finals. Empty promises from Sammy Andrews. And Sammy, you know, most of the bulls in the short go tonight are Sammy Andrews bulls, but he will show up with a bucking horse or two when he gets to a rodeo as well. Great contractor. He's one of the best ever. Saunier, you can see him wedge that glove in there. It is so important to get those binds set up. I mean, your hand is locked in there for 8 seconds. Cade had a good winner. 14th in this world standings. He knows he has to be 88 now to take the lead away from Leighton Berry. Gets under that hand.
Cade, we need an 88-point ride. You can do it.
All right. Good mark out. Here we go. Oh, man, big air right here. Cade Saunier's got a chance. If he can finish as good as he started, but he's kind of getting rocked forward a little bit, lost a little bit of control maybe in that ride. I'll leave that up to our judges, but, you know, if I was the judge, I would see that maybe right there the last 3 jumps.
That's how I used to ride him, right there. Yeah, right.
How much did the power, that horse kind of...
There was a lot there,
yeah.
Jeff. You know, especially, you know, he looked good. Right out of the chute, he looks good. Lots of air, good hang time. You see Cade, though, you'll watch this. Right through here, this looks good. Cade Saunier, he's in control of the ride. But right here, you'll see how he's getting rocked forward just a little bit. So he's losing a little on his feet right in here. The last 2 jumps. 86.5 moves him into second and third.
Yep, tied in there with Tanner Ross. In this clean slate final, Leighton Berry still in the top spot, 87.5. I think that's Keenan Hayes right there. Nope, Ethan Mazurenko on Hella Bella from Diamond G.
Oh, this looks good, Ethan. Good ride going on. Nice little horse. Just jumps and kicks, makes a nice circle. Much like the horse that we watched Tanner Ross on. We'll see what they do with the score. Mazurenko, he was 87.5 in the semifinals to win that event. He'd take an 87.5 right now, but I don't know if that's going to be enough horse to get him there. We'll see.
Yeah, he's going to come up a little bit shy.
Good job. Holds those feet over those shoulders and picks the timing up, you know, and it's fun. If you're a bareback rider and you're on a horse like this, it's just a fun trip out there, but you got to expose yourself if you're going to be in the high 80s. 84, it's going to put him in there in the 5th spot, I believe. Mazurenko is not going to win it.
Yeah, this championship round only pays the top 4 places, so 5th and beyond doesn't work very well. Leighton Berry still has the lead, and here comes Keenan Hayes.
All right, Keenan Hayes, he's got enough horse. Has he got enough in him? Oh, this looks good. Keenan, he's way ahead of him. Good spur ride.
Wow, he set the world on fire in 2023 as a rookie. He won the world championship, came back the next year and was right back in the fight for that world title. Wound up number 3, but missed the national finals rodeo last year. Boy, that kick right there.
Yeah, I thought it got him, didn't it?
Yeah, I couldn't tell if the pickup horse took the brunt of that or what. We have a new leader, I know that.
Yeah, Guitar Town. Look at this big black get in the air right here. And this right here, I mean, he cowboyed up right out of there, but from this point forward, he absolutely owned him. I mean, what a spur ride. Good control, right in the neck, up to his rigging, every single jump. 89 points. Now we have a new leader.
Yeah, missed him last year, so it's great to see him back. Already got a world championship early on, and it's kind of fun when he's in that fight with Rocker Steiner, Bradlee Miller and company. Speaking of Bradlee Miller, he's next to go. You know, he's been to the NFR on 2 occasions. He's done everything but win the world championship. Number 2 in the world.
Yeah,
he's been the runner-up, and he's another one of those youngsters, just 22 years of age.
Yeah, he's just getting started. He and Keenan Hayes actually ride a lot alike. They set up a little more. They get good solid spur outs, good control with their feet. All right, Bradlee Miller, it's all up to you now. This looks good. This horse is bucking. Miller, spins around there. He's so far so good. Good bareback ride for Bradlee Miller.
Is it hard to put up an 89 when you have a horse that just kind of turns back and spins like that?
It's a little harder because it changes how they feel in their timing, but he actually spurred him through it pretty darn good. But if they make a circle, it's a lot easier than they turn him back tight like that. We'll see what they do with the score, but right here, this looks good. This horse is strong. Look at this. Jump and kick. Good kick every jump. But when he turns back, he's going to get a little trickier. Now watch the kick. That's what the judges are watching for. That never goes away. Miller did a great job spurting through it. And look at the score, 89.5. So Bradlee Miller goes to the lead.
So the answer is yes. You can take a horse that turns back like that and spins and still be better than 89 points. And there's Rocker Steiner, 2025 world champion, won over $500,000 in his campaign in 2025, already over $1.3 million, and he's just been to 4 NFRs in his career.
Yeah, it pays $12,800 to win it. They pay 4 places, $9,600 to win second, $6,400 to win third, but he's got to be 90 to win first on Iron Flower. If anybody can be 90, Rocker Steiner can. We've seen him all winter. He's had a great winter so far. Steiner, here he comes. He knows he has to be 90. Don't override him. Keep exposing yourself. This horse moving out just a little. Now he stacks up. Boy, I don't know. That was an awful good bareback ride for Rocker.
Yeah, he won the world title last year, already number 2 in the world this year, so right back in the thick of things.
Man, I would hate to be a judge. He has to be 90. He thinks he was 90. Of course, he always thinks he's 90. That's all he shoots for. Another look at it. Boy, look at the exposure. He's way ahead of the horse. Now watch the horse, though. At about 6 seconds, I think the kick maybe is going to drop away from him just a little bit. And that may determine the championship or not. Rocker, 87.5 points. Ended up in the top 3.
Yeah, he's going to make money. Tied for third with Leighton Berry at 87.5. Qynn Hayes second at 89. And Bradlee Miller with that horse that did a little spinning right there in front of the chutes. Good enough. 89.5 points for Bradlee Miller as he gets the win. So Bradlee Miller came in number 3 in the world standings, right behind Rocker Steiner and Wasey Shala, who did not make this championship round. Qynn Hayes, a big paycheck for him. Hopefully Qynn can just kind of keep that momentum going and be a part of the story come this summer.
Oh, I think he will be. He knows what that's all about. But Bradlee Miller, what a ride.
Yeah, let's take another look at that. So Bradlee Miller, who's been so good, so close to the world championship the last couple of years, here's the winning ride, 89.5.
Yeah, and if you're a judge, you're watching this, and the degree of difficulty comes in play in this ride, especially when this horse turns back and gets dropping out of there. It'll make you not ride good with one foot or the other, but Miller did a great job staying square, keeping his feet even, keeping his feet loose, and both of them coming up to the rigging. And a little fan of the crowd, he knows he just stuck it on one. That's awesome.
Yeah, no whiskey from Butler and Son, the dance partner there for Bradlee Miller. Even kept the hat on, almost came off. And Bradlee's so good, so talented. And we've talked about that youth movement that we've seen in bareback riding. It is seriously strong. Let's get down to Sierra Spratt, who has corralled Bradlee Miller.
Well, it was 89.5 enough to take the title here of Rodeo Austin, none other than Bradlee Miller. We knew we were going to see some big scores of these horses tonight. Were you excited about this draw?
I was excited. Whenever I saw that I had that horse No Whiskey from Butler and Sons, I knew I had a good shot. Our church burnt down this last Wednesday, and, I felt like I had to come burn Austin down for a night and win some money.
Now, it's always exciting to have a rodeo here. You're pretty close to your hometown. You're in your home state of Texas. Do you feel that energy in the crowd when you ride?
Oh, I did, and especially on the victory lap, I got to see some faces, and, there's some people out there just excited as I was.
Well, we're excited for you. Congratulations, Bradlee.
Thanks, Sierra.
Your champion, 89.5, Bradlee Miller, taking home the branding iron, Rodeo Austin.
Thanks, Sierra, and great way to kick off this championship round, and we're not done. Just getting started. In the steer wrestling, we'll also see the reigning world champion, Tucker Allen, not the biggest guy in the pen, but I'll tell you, he has got some serious skills. Tristan Martin, we'll talk about these guys when we come back.
Tonight.
Well, I kind of talked about the format, 8 and a clean slate final in the rough stock events, but in the timed event side of things, the average is in play, and we're going to see 12 in each event.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's going to really change a lot of things. And the 2 steers that each guy had, those are the steers they draw for the finals. So there can be some good ones, and there can be some nasty ones. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, you got the last 2 world champions making this top 12. J.D. Struckness 2 years ago. That cowboy right there, Tucker Allen, we talked about him. He is not the biggest guy in the pen, but his technique is absolutely spot on, kind of in the John W. Jones Jr. Kind of ranks of things. But little guy, they say dynamite comes in small packages, and Tucker Allen is TNT.
Yeah, he was 3-6 in round number 1, and he won that event. But he comes back now. coming in last, so he probably had not a very good steer for his second one. I didn't get a chance to see it. All right, Allen, good start. Oh, steer wads up. He rolls him out of it. 5.4 seconds.
When you're trying to make a charge from the back of the pack, that's not what you want. That's not going to help you.
No. Good look at it again. Justin Schaefer's horse right there. But right there, see how his hips kind of come back over? He kind of brought that nose back into him and kind of wadded him up. And he knows it.
And the average are going to pay 8 places. They're going to play top 4 here in the finals as well. So a couple of ways you can make money, but I don't think that 5-4 is going to help you out in terms of picking up any kind of a check at all here in Austin.
His name is Jacob Edler in 2020.
Jacob Edler, so entertaining. Won the World Championship back in 2020. It's been a little bit hit and miss since then.
Boy, he's a big guy. Look at the concentration right there. All right, Edler, good start. Oh, steer kind of goes down a little bit, then he comes back up with him. 4.7 seconds for Jacob. He came in a little faster than, of course, Tucker Allen did. He was 10 flat, so that puts him at 14.2 on 3 steers, so now he's in the lead. Good job of picking that steer back up right there. You got to kind of baby one like that. He's such a big guy that you got to be careful. 14-7, Edler goes to the lead.
Justin Rumford, checking for something. He's always up to something, that's for sure, too. So always fun to see Rump. Great rodeo down there in Austin, too. It's fun to go to. Not sure where they came up with the Keep Austin Weird. I do. If you walk down 7th Street there, it's pretty weird, but it's business as usual at that rodeo thing. Goodness.
Yeah, it's cowboy stuff right now. Jace Melvin. Jace steer kind of sets up, brings his head up, and look a little stronger. Good run. 4.8 seconds. Put him in second in the short go.
Bit of a hat reshaping. 34 years old, 24th in the world last year. He's only been to the national finals one time. That was back in 2020.
Boy, he had to wait right there. I mean, there wasn't much else he could do with that steer. He slid him out there and threw him. I think it ties him for the lead now at 14-7.
Tucker Allen at 16-1. Edler still has the lead in the round at 4-7, but we're going faster than that before we're done.
Yeah, no question.
Talk about the young talent in bareback riding. Colin Fox, one of the young talent we have now in steer wrestling, too.
Yeah, he's 20 years old. This is his rookie season, but Colin, we've seen him.
We've seen some championship rounds, yeah.
Fort Worth, I believe.
That's Texas swing.
Here comes Fox. Wait for it. Oh, same thing. Kind of brought that nose in just a little bit, and that does not get him a clean fall. Had to roll him out of it. 5.2 seconds for Fox.
Talked about how close it is in the average. That doesn't even come close to catching Melvin and Edler.
Yeah, and you know, the flag won't stop until the steer is flat on his side with all feet out. So, you know, you can see there, 14-7, there's a pair of them. Colin Fox moves into third at 15-2.
Mason Couch should be next to go. Missouri Cowboy. They're kind of wide open in terms of this championship round in steer wrestling.
Really?
Yeah,
something
sure
in the threes, and you're going to climb on up the leaderboard.
Yeah, we're going to see some 3-second runs, I'm sure. Sold out crowd tonight. That's the thing about it. Boy, it's fun to compete in this building when there's so many people here. Mason Couch. Oh, quick catch right here in front of everybody. Get him on his side, and down he comes in 5-1.
A little bit of a hang-up. It's crazy how fast you get from the low 4s to the 5s.
I know, because right there it looked like he was going to be maybe a long 3, and that's when they finally dropped the flag. So pulls him out of it.
Yep, Speck didn't want to go down. So for Mason, that's going to put him third place in the round at the moment. Going to put him third in the average as well.
14-9.
Already seen one world champion, the reigning world champion in Tucker Allen. You got J.D. Struckness waiting in the wings as well. Edler and Melvin still tied for the lead in the average, 14-7. Keep in mind, clean slate final for the rough stock events, but for the timed events, it's a 3-head average that will determine the winner.
Yeah, and each guy that goes is, you know, they go from the slowest on 2 to the fastest on 2. So each guy is a little faster than the guy went before him. So he's got a little bit of an advantage.
Seth Peterson, 28th in the world last year, and he's 28 years old. Minot, North Dakota.
Been under a little bit of a warmer type of winter. He'd like to heat it up a bunch.
Trying to get that gray horse set in the corner.
North Dakota top 20 early on in this
Being kind of
season.
kicking out a little bit. You want to break down the wall a little. You don't want to break to the pin or toward the inside where the steer is. You want to be wide. Break a little wider, to the center at most.
Qualifier coming up this summer to the NFL.
Reset one more time.
Takes place in Colorado Springs, Colorado in July.
Ooh, good start. Steer steps to him just a little bit. There we go. 4.9 seconds for Peterson.
Third best in the round. And not going to be, it does. Actually, now we have a three-way type at the top of the
14.7.
average.
Yeah. Yeah, when you start adding all three runs together, it changes a lot of things. So he had the little advantage on time going in, and it paid off right there, 14.7.
Jacob, I saw the screen change. They just arranged
Still looking for somebody to crack that 4-second barrier. Just get close to 4, as a matter of fact. 4.7, the fastest time that we've seen.
Because this is what everybody's trying to be.
Well, you know, one thing about it, this rodeo has gone on for over 2 full weeks. So, you know, these steers, some of these steers have not been bulldogged for, you know, since almost 2 weeks ago. So they freshen up. All right, Shuckburg, the Canadian, this gray steer, he looks good. Good run. 4.8 seconds for Ryan.
The problem for him is a little bit down the arena, kind of slowed him down just a little bit.
Yeah, the steer ran, but boy, he was good on the ground, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. And Shuckburg's going to break the tie at the top of the average, too. He's going to be 14.4. He's going to take the lead.
Boy, a little off the barrier right there. He could have been a little even faster.
on his 3 runs. He is now a total of 14.4.
14.4 now is what they're after.
Rodeo Austin, but there's
He's second in the round, first in the average.
Don't try to wave it off, ma'am. You got caught.
Boy, still some
the man we're going
NFR veterans from last year, all still yet to bulldog here. Here comes Nick Guy, 32nd in the world a year ago, but he's made 8 trips to the NFR. Nick is 41 years old.
Yeah, this guy's fit, though. Don't let his age fool you. Nick Guy is such a competitor.
bachelor party up there or something, a wedding party.
14.4. Nick comes in 9.4 seconds. He had 0.2 of a second. Faster than Shuckburg. Quick catch. All right. Big
Oh, there
run.
we go. Now we're in the
we're
threes.
talking 3.
Now we're in the threes.
Now Nick Guy goes to a 3.8.
He put a lot of air between that steer and the ground.
Yeah.
3.8 for him. Takes the lead in the round, takes a big lead in the average.
Yeah, this is a good steer. They won a lot of money on this steer earlier, too. That one horn's kind of down a little bit. Good run. 13.2 for Nick. Now the bar is getting a little higher.
Now it got a whole lot tougher. That was an absolute pancake.
That is twice. Busted.
But again, boy, you got guys like Rowdy Parrott, J.D. Struckness are all yet to go, and Tristan Martin, who knows his way to the NFR. Hadn't been there in a while, but that doesn't matter. He has the lead in the average coming in. Rowdy Parrott, talked about him. Here he comes. Boy, and Rowdy, one of those guys. He had a really good national finals rodeo, age 32, 4th in the world last year.
Yeah, he needs to be 4-1. That steer kind of ran him down there, 5 flat for Rowdy.
Still second overall in the average, but still 0.8 behind Nick Guy, who's
Yeah.
got the lead.
Puts him in there at 14 flat. And it was just luck of the draw. You see how that steer broke and ran? Finally, the hazer kind of got up in his eye and it kind of shut him down a little bit, let Rowdy catch up. But if you need to be 3, that was not a 3-second steer right there.
So Nick Guy trying to run the table. He's got the lead in the round. He's got the lead in the average.
Alberta, Canada.
A pretty good payday for him, too, if he can wind up with both of those spots. Winning the average here pays a little less than $3,000, or winning the round, and then winning the average pays about $8,500 as Landon Beardsworth gets ready. Another Canadian steer wrestler.
Beardsworth needs to be 4-2 to tie, 4-1 to take the lead, slides him out, get him on his side, good run, 5 flat. Boy, right now, Nick Guy's looking awfully solid.
He's in control.
5.0.
You know, there wasn't anything wrong with this run. That steer just kind of got him down the ring a little further. Good job. That steer was kind of had some little kind of cow horn, means they're not real quick. You got to be careful. You can slip a horn by pretty easy on that one. Look at our leaderboard right there. Nick Guy 13-2.
Comfortably in front, but the fastest coming in are all still yet to bulldog.
Longest gets a free wedding. What'd you do? Yeah.
Yeah, Nick looking for a big payday. He'd love to leave Austin, Texas, and head to San Angelo, picking up $11,000 or $12,000 here on this last day in Austin. JD Struckness, world champion 2 years ago, was just put together. He was one of those guys that was kind of the best steer wrestler to not win a world championship, but he resolved that in 2024. 7 trips to the NFR, 7th in the world last year when the dust settled.
JD has to be 4-4.
4.4 seconds to tie for the
Struckness,
lead.
boy, I don't know if he got out. That's as good as you can get out right there. That's a strong guy, and that steer did not let him off too easy. 4.8, but I think he clicked the barrier too, the way he's acting when he gets up.
Yeah, he did. 10-second penalty.
14 and 8.
10, really?
Broke out.
He broke
Another look at it right there. Just got left that corner a little early. That steer didn't break real hard. But watch this. I mean, JD Struckness, he's as strong as anybody in this event. And that steer was not taking it very easy.
To get married, and we clapped for them. Shoe on the other foot.
Well, Nick Guy still in the driver's seat, has the lead in the round, has the lead in the average. We're kind of getting down to the final steer wrestler here. Here comes Tristan Martin. Well, finished 16th in the world a couple of years in a row. Last year was 29th in the final world standings. He's been to 2 NFRs, and he would love to get back to number 3.
Well, it's pretty simple math. He comes in 8-2, so he needs to be 5 flat to tie, 4-9 to take the lead away from Struckner.
Reigning circuit finals titleist as well.
Settles that horse in there. That last name Martin, boy, that's a rodeo family down there in Louisiana. They know how to win. All right, it's up to Tristan now.
So, I would just tell you,
That bay horse
mathematically, my partner just
looks pretty good, but then he kind of looks away once in a while, and I think Tristan wants him locked on. It looks like he's locked right where he needs to be. Here's the start. Boy, he's in the barrier. Hopefully he got out, but this is not the best one to draw on this pin. And see, that's the thing about it. That could have been maybe something that Tucker Allen brought back or something else. There is no way you were going to do anything but 9-1 if you got a time at all. So luck of the draw takes Tristan Martin out, and luck of the draw lets Nick Guy win the event.
Yeah, and if you're Tristan Martin, you got a pretty good idea of the fact that it's going to be a tough steer here.
Oh, yeah, it's like anything. When you see your name come up by him and you're thinking, oh, just anything but that steer, and he comes up. I mean, then you got to try to figure out how to win on him. But Nick Guy, that definitely was the one in this pin. Good run for Nick and a big win. Yeah, he's going to win a little over $11,000. He wins the round. He wins the average. 13-2 on 3. Nobody else was even close. So Nick Guy, kind of from the middle of the pack, winds up with a big paycheck down here in Austin. Let's get to Sierra.
Well, it was none other than Nick Guy here to get it done in the steer wrestling, and you just mentioned to me that it was a long time coming to feel this right now.
It is. It's been a long winter for me, and to come here and place in the second round good and kind of got my runs back, that feel back, and to come back in the short round and do good. This has kind of been a long time coming. I got hurt last August and had surgery and just kind of cracked back out this winter. So my horse is working great. I got to give a lot of credit to him and Eli Lord Hazen for me. And we kind of just drove back down here with the fact that we were going to do good. And that's sometimes how it goes. So
now the Texas swing is winding down, but we have so much season left ahead of us. Are you going to feel this momentum with this Rodeo Austin win to carry you through the rest of 2026?
I sure hope so. I'm going to go to Angelo next week, and then I got a baby coming in April, so I'm going to take April off and then get back at it in May.
It's going to be a great year no matter what for Nick Guy, but he's going home tonight as your champion here at Rodeo Austin.
Yeah, $11,000. That's some good diaper money right there. You can stock up. Really strong field and team roping as well. As you would expect, we'll get the chance to see our reigning world champions as we crown the champions down here at Rodeo Austin. We're coming right back. Man, we have seen some extremely fast times in team roping down here in Austin, including a 2.9, which sets a new world record. And of course, my initial reaction is crossfire because they just seem to wave off all the great runs, which makes me so mad. But, yeah, here you go. 11-4 right here for these guys. And, they set a new world record, Egaskiza and Flake, and man, 2.9. How do you break that 3-second barrier?
Well, they didn't think it could be. Actually, the 3.2 by Arvizo and them, that was the world record before these guys went. And a 2.9, it's unbelievable. The team roping right here at Austin has been so fast. The steers aren't running very hard, and these guys are capitalizing on some good cattle. And man, oh man,
Crazy.
They are so good.
Yeah, and crazy times, but they don't even have the lead. It's Tomlinson and Payne right now who are sitting there with 7 and 5 on 2. They have got the lead heading into this championship round. Keep in mind, this is not the clean slate final here. This is a round of 12. The average very much in play here. That will determine our champion here in Austin.
Yeah, it does. So, in luck of the draw, there's some guys that are maybe going to bring some steers in that some of the guys don't want. So it's going to be a real contest. But when you look at these guys, it seems like everybody is on their game. Look at all the times right there, under 9 seconds on 2 head. That's amazing. There's only 2 teams that are over 9 seconds.
Well, we're going to start with Dustin Igaskiza and J.C. Flake, the guys that put up that 2.9. Let's find out what they can do for an encore.
Maybe they'll be 2.8.
They might.
I mean,
something's in the water down here in Rodeo Austin because it has been lightning fast in this event.
well, one thing about it, they definitely got momentum going their way, and this could be another one. Look at that shot. Are you kidding me? Oh, picks up a hind leg. They were going to start it off with a 3-4 if he got out. I'm not sure if he did. But that's what's going on here. I mean, these steers are not running, so these guys are able to get the ropes on them really fast. Boy, I think he did get out, too.
He did, yeah.
You can see JC right there. He just wasn't in the right spot that fast to make that shot. I thought it was going to work. Pick up a 5-second penalty.
Yeah, that one heel turns that 3-4 into an 8 and 4, so that's not what they were hoping for. Team McLeod, Trey Yates next to go. Trey Yates, 15th in the world a year ago. Always happy to see him at the National Finals Rodeo.
Yeah, and you look at T. McLeod. He's 33rd in the world, Jeff, but he's, what, like $7,000, I think, out of 15th. So, big chance to get into the top 15 when Austin's over if they can lay down and run right now.
Yeah, run the table like Nick Guy did, pick up about 11,000 and change.
Yeah, plus Nick won 2,000 or 3,000 in the go around, so he got out of here with almost 16,000. All right, good look at it. That steer, boy, he is right there in front of him. Now we've got something cooking. Did he get out? That's the question. 3-7.
I haven't seen any penalty. Yeah, I think he did.
My gosh.
Yeah, and that was kind of a strange start for that steer, too, wasn't it? It gave him every opportunity to break the barrier.
Well, look at him. Yeah, he could barely break the barrier and then just slows right down. But, boy, these guys are so good at taking advantage of one like that. 3.7. That puts them at 13 and 8 on 3.
That's going to move to the lead in the average at the moment, and the lead in the round by a long way. As Jake Smith, Douglas Rich get ready to go. Next guys to back into the box. Yeah, Jake's been to a couple NFRs. Douglas Rich knows the way to the NFR, the way to Las Vegas.
Yeah, they come in with an 8-7 on 2, so they got to be 5 seconds or faster to take the lead away now from Trey Yates and T. McLeod. This steer, he breaks a little and does not catch. That's the deal. The first 2 steers, they were slow, and that steer broke and ran pretty hard. So not quite the same thing if you're trying to be 3-7 on that one.
A little nicer with a little Texas.
A little bit of a momentum killer at the moment. So McLeod and Yates holding on to the top spot in the average in the round.
The entertainer after the rodeo portion of our
That should lead us to Wyatt Bray and Cashton Wiedenbeiner. Yeah, you look at Wyatt Bray, one of the tallest guys on the planet. I think he's like 6'10".
Yeah, he is.
His brother Peyton Bray's been to the National Finals Rodeo a couple of times.
Yeah, Wyatt came close in 2024. I think he was in the top 20 in the world standings. That's him right there. Good look at Wyatt.
Yeah, if we're playing pickup basketball and I got the first pick, that's who I'm taking right there. Of course, Qynn and Billy Bray, classic ropes.
Oh, that steer, another one just dies off right in front of him. Wyatt did a good job keeping that head loop legal. 4.8 seconds.
good run at 4.8.
See the judge going to take a little closer at that head loop. It looked like he had a figure 8 in there, but I think it was clean. Here, we'll get a good look at it right now. See how that steer's coming to him and then just dies off? That was an exceptionally hard head catch right there. Good job cleaning it up on the heels for Cashton.
It's going to give them the lead in the average, 13 and 4 on 3. And leave him second in the round.
Of recent in Scottsdale.
Jack Fisher. Scott Lukey getting ready to go. Springville, Utah, and Morristown, Arizona.
Yeah, Jack's actually up from my neck of the woods in Ellensburg or up in Washington, maybe Moses Lake. I think Ellensburg. But anyway, he hung around with those minor boys and all of them up there. He's a good header, has been for a long time. Big chance right here. Oh, and Jack just does not make it work. No time.
Jake Edwards from
Yeah. I remember one time I went up there to Cowtown, New Jersey, and I thought, boy, there isn't going to be any cowboy near this area. There's some hands up there. Trust me. Here we go. Great shot. Oh, he got out of it. 3-7 goes to 8-7.
They're about to take the lead in the round. They're tied for the lead in the round, I guess. 3-7 still sitting at the top.
Yeah.
That turns into 8-7.
Look at this. Boy, I mean, it looked like that gate was wide open and he had him, but just gets that outside hind leg, so that's a 5-second penalty for those guys. Oh, it was so close. That's a big stage. These boys talk about capitalize. We'll see if they can keep rolling. Yeah, look at this. This is what winning will do. Good shot, both ends. 4.2 seconds. New leaders.
Yeah, second best in the round. And that moves them to the lead in the average by 1 second at 12-4 on 3.
On their run tonight, total up to 3. They are.
Boy, wouldn't it be something if they could win this event right behind Houston? Get out of this winter with a ton of money. Almost a straight shot to the NFR.
Takes a little pressure off of your summer run, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Makes Cowboy Christmas a little bit easier. Now, that'd be incredible. You go back-to-back with those two rodeos in this Texas swing here on the Cowboy Channel. Steve McLeod, Trey Yates, they still have the lead in the round at 3-7. It's Ryson Freeman who has the lead in that average at 12-4. We talked about the split format here. The rough stock events, it's clean slate, but it is the average that determines the winner in these timed events. Boy Rollman, Logan Medlin next to go.
Boy, NFR talent right here. Medlin's been there 4 times. Rollman once. Here kind of comes to him right there. Good heel shot. You see how aggressive he was? And he had to do it. He was getting to the corner. 4.3.
Tied for the lead in the average.
That's going to put him in a tie at 12-4. Yeah, that steer drops his head and coming to him. I mean, these steers, they're tricky by this time in this rodeo. 12.4 seconds.
That has them in the money in the round, so they are tied for. They're in third place by themselves in the round at 4-3, tied for the lead in the average. We'll look at that leaderboard. Going to bump Gray and Wienbender down to third. Luke Brown, Buddy Hawkins getting set to go. Talk about those great resumes. Here's another team that has a pretty good list of accomplishments under their name.
Yeah, no kidding. 23 trips to the NFR, but, combined for both these guys. I mean, they know what it's all about. Luke Brown, over $3 million in earnings. Buddy Hawkins, he's right there close, 7 trips to the NFR. I mean, this is a wicked team. All right, you can see he sets him out there. Good shot. Now just clean it up. They're going for money right now. 5.4 seconds. They came in 8.1 on 2 steers.
Going to put him fourth in the average.
5 and 4 time.
Not in the top 4 in the round.
No. Good look at that though. Just kind of a businessman's run right there. You didn't see Luke trying to be 3 or 4. He was going to get darn sure go down and knock down a good run, and he did. He's in the top 4 now.
Yeah,
at 13-5.
So we've seen the team that's number 1 in the world right now in terms of Rice and Freeman. How about the team that left Las Vegas number 1 in the world? Here's our reigning world champions in Andrew Ward and Jake Long.
All right. Oh, good steer. Sets up right there. This could be fast. Oh, what a tough heel shot. You'll see it right here. This steer just stops right square in front of Andrew Ward.
Right there.
Or Jake Long, I mean.
Don't let him out of here without a little.
Ah, what a nasty shot. It looked like they were going to be 3 all day long, maybe even 2. That was going to be it. But we're going to see a replay now.
It's not a bad team to be bet on right here. Clint Summers on
The McLeod and Yates still have the lead in the round, 3-7. Rice and Freeman winning the average at 12-4, along with Rollman and Medlin.
Year before last.
We'll see if Clint Summers and Jade Corkle can break the tie.
Oh, they could.
Yeah.
They could.
He has won.
Clint Summers, $1.5 million. He's won. Jade Corkle, 3 world titles, $2.9 million in his pockets over his career. So these guys know how to win.
These last 2 or 3 teams are highly decorated.
Boy, this has been one of the best head horses absolutely in the sport of rodeo. All right, we'll see it right here. Good run. Good solid run. 4.3.
It is.
I think we're going to see a lead change.
3.
Yeah, they're going to move to the lead in the average by 0.2 of a second. They're going to go to 12-2 on 3. They're third in the round.
Boy, what a smart run. I mean, that steer was nothing tough about him. He was slow, so you saw Clint maybe let him move a little more than he needed to make sure he's clean at the barrier, and boy, oh boy, Jade Corkle, he will rope one like that all day long.
That was a relaxed 4-3, wasn't it?
It was.
Stress-free 4-3. Here's your final team. Tanner Tomlinson and Colby Payne came in tops in that average. They're going to have to show up if they're going to get the win.
Yeah, they're going to have to be, I believe, 5-7, which is got some time to work with. 5-7 to tie, 5-6, I think, maybe to take the lead. If my math's right. We'll see. I'll leave that up to these guys. This steer's running right there. Good shot, good heel shot.
That did not look like a businessman run. That was on attack. They were in attack mode right there. They came after it. Yeah, they're going to win the average comfortably. They're not going to win the round, but that was getting after it.
Yeah, and they needed to. That steer was a little stronger than the other one, so that was a good one. Look at that. 11-6 on 3 head. Man, it was a tough team roping down here this week.
They wind up second in the round, and they wind up first in the average, so a good payday for them. So just paying second in the round is going to pay a little over $2,000, and of course they win $10,000 plus in the average. So a $10,000 night for Tomlinson and Payne. Summers and Corkle had the lead for a little while as they wound up there in the second spot. Rice and Freeman, Rallman and Medlin tie for third. So the top 4 getting paid in the round, and they pay all the way down, I think, to 7 or 8, I guess 8 in the average.
Places,
but the big check goes to Tomlinson and Payne. It came in with the lead. They're going to leave here with the lead.
Yeah, those guys were tough, and that was a pressure run. It wasn't easy. They had some tough guys laying it out there in front of them. So to make that run under that kind of pressure, that was excellent.
Now, when we come back, we'll stay on the timed event side of things as the Cowgirls roll in and breakaway roping is on deck. So we'll have the superstars in breakaway coming up here in Austin. We'll see Kelsey Domer, Tiara Gray, Brady Good all getting set. More action from Rodeo Austin when we come back.
It was the last team out to get the job done tonight here at Rodeo Austin. Tanner Tomlinson and Colby Payne. Tanner, I'm going to start with you because we know when this rodeo is lengthened out for a couple weeks, the stock can change. What do you prepare for on the head side coming into this final night?
We were actually in the very first set. We made 2 good runs, and the team roping's been unbelievable. So felt like it was never going to be over, and we knew what we had to be being last out last night, and our steer was amazing. So just went and caught him, and Colby cleaned it up. Just blessed to get the win.
Now, Colby, being that last team out, do the nerves, do they steady when you know exactly what you have to do, or does it get a little bit heightened right before you go?
Being last out is obviously an advantage, but this rodeo is so dang fast that it really doesn't change anything. We're going off a reaction, and it's happening fast.
Well, you guys definitely got it done in a fast way. Congratulations to both of you. Tanner Tomlinson, Colby Payne, your champion here in the team roping at Rodeo Austin.
Now, there's a look. It's clean slate on the breakaway and the barrel racing side of things, too. Katie Williams in there along with Brady Good, Tiara Gray, Jordan Joe Hollaball, Kelsey Domer. It's going to be a whole lot of fun to see this breakaway and how it actually unfolds. Katie Williams will be the first to go. Big Timber, Montana.
Boy, another time to set the bar. That's what we're talking about for Katie.
Boy, first out, you can put the pressure on everybody right here.
Great run. 2.4 seconds. The 2 fastest runs we saw in the first go-around, that was 1.6 seconds. So that gives you an idea of how fast these girls are. But that's a solid run to start it off. That calf broke and ran pretty hard, moved a little left and right. That was a great job tracking them through it.
World record in the team roping, 2.9.
That changes everybody's game plan, too. Already got a 2-4 sitting on the board. Jade Mitchell next to go, Weatherford, Texas.
Always rises to the top.
I don't think they safety up much here, do they, anyway, in terms of the breakaway roping?
No, not at all. And the breakaway roping has gotten so fast that you'll see a lot of girls break the barrier. I mean, you have to be in the barrier to be 2-4 or less. I mean, it's just so fast. You can't spot one out there and win anything. All right. Jade. Boy, that calf has to be just perfect, looking straight out. I mean, the timing, once you commit, you can't pull, you can't do anything. You got to go.
You saw how it worked just a moment ago. The quicker you can stop your horse.
Got to have a lot of patience for a sport that happens in the blink of an eye.
Boy, look at the concentration. All right. One swing, here it comes. Great run. Two flat. Now we're talking.
Wow, 2 out. We already have a 2-4 and a 2 flat as Jade Mitchell jumps to the lead.
Boy, look at it. And it has to be right there. I mean, you don't have one more swing to take because then you'll go from a 2 flat to a 2-4 or faster or slower. So, I mean, that was absolutely perfect.
What a smile as she rides out of the arena. I'd say so. Wow. Already up to an amazing start. Sawyer Gilbert, Buffalo, South Dakota. She's getting set to go.
She's had a good winter. She's come in number 18th in the world standings. She's a former world champion, and she won it in 2021, I believe.
So we're winning.
But she's been, you know, we've watched her in several of the short goes here at Texas Swing. So she's put together a solid winter. Boy, and look at the concentration.
Final.
Same deal. You are locked on. Your horse is locked on. He's be 1-9 now. Take the lead away from Mitchell.
Determination in every roper you watch.
Sawyer. One swing, here it is. 2 swings. There it was. 1.8 seconds. Did she get out? I think she did, the way she's patting her horse. Holy cow.
What a start here in Rodeo Austin. 2-4, 2 flat, now a 1-8.
Oh, my goodness.
We still have 5 cowgirls to go.
Yeah, we're just getting started. That was excellent, though. I mean, the calf kind of broke a little off to the right, which is right in her wheelhouse because she roped it right in the cross. Excellent run.
Welcome to our Justin Sports Medicine.
Got some superstars yet to rope, like Brady Good, Abilene, Texas. Boy, it's tough.
Yeah, Brady's made a couple trips to the NFR in this event as well.
You got to make the top 4 in this round just to get a check.
Yeah. Yeah, there's 3 runs and 2 fours the slowest. That's crazy. Brady knows it.
Comes from a great family of cowboys and girls.
Brady, good look at it. Good calf. Good time. 2.1. That goes to 3rd.
So if you're Katie Williams, you probably felt pretty good with that 2-4 as you kick things off, and now you're in the hot seat.
Yeah, now you're in the last place for a check.
Yeah, you're on the bubble.
Man, oh man. And that's the way it's been here all week. I mean, these girls have roped so darn tough. Boy, that was just as good. I mean, a super calf. Maybe a hair off to the left, but not much. I mean, it was just set up right in front of her. 2.1. That's 3rd place.
Yeah, and look at that leaderboard. 1-7 or quicker if you want to move to the lead. 2-4 or better if you just want to have a chance to get a check. Deata Gray, May, Texas.
Comes in 26th in the world standings. Deata. Trip to the NFR and no time.
You know what? You've been awfully good to the Cowboys. How about the Cowgirls when it doesn't?
Yeah, that one to float over the nose didn't happen.
No, not on her. I mean, kind of in her defense, this calf broke and ran a little harder. You know, and the deal is you can't take the extra swing. You take one swing in the box, and your next swing you got to be throwing.
Jordan Joe Hollaball next to go. If she can change things at the top.
Not just the ladies' events, but any other event. She's handy all
They've been on their game in the Breakaway Championship here in Austin.
That barrier stretched right in there in front of her. No, you got to give your calf a head start, but you can't give him much of a head start. Probably when he goes, you go.
When you're watching Jordan Joe, she was really glued in there watching the start of those cowgirls that went before her.
Yeah, you saw her sitting back there, didn't you? And that's important. Because these calves, you got to know the timing is so important off the corner. Jordan Joe Hollabaugh made a couple trips to the NFR, won the average there. Great shot. Is it fast? Oh, my goodness. We got a tie for the lead.
Oh, they're going to say that she did not get out.
Oh.
1-8 goes to 11-8 with that 10-second penalty.
Oh, but that's what that 1-8 does in front of you. I mean, you got to take your shot. Great run. That was a great run, but the barrier adds 10 on. That's disappointing.
Still had a smile on her face.
Well, I mean, she did everything she could do. That's cowboy stuff right there.
Yeah, sub 2 seconds in breakaway roping. You can't frown about that. So Sawyer Gilbert has the lead, 1-8.
She knows it.
Tiffany getting set to go.
Tiffany, she gets ready.
Another Texas cowgirl.
Floresville, Texas. We got a shot to help a Texas lady. Let's get ready.
Boy, 2-4 or quicker to get to the top 4.
That's all she has to be, 2-3. 2-4 to tie 4th. 1-8 to tie 1st. It is so fast.
Look at the concentration.
Reset her horse. Just kind of, you want to move it off your hand. You can't have any hesitation. Great start. Don't know if she got out, but she got it quick. 1.9. That'll put her in 3rd at 11-9. Or put her in 2nd, it would have. Another barrier.
Such a split second timing. 11.
When you're right, that's what that fast start does for you.
Yeah,
you
it really does.
You have a 1-8 to a 2-4, and the first 4 cowgirls out. That just stacks it on the other 4 that has to go. So here's Kelsey Domer. We're talking about that 2 flat run that she had in the playoff just to get in here, and that's going to be a tie for 2nd right now. She's got to be better than that if she wants to win.
Well, she can be better than that. But boy, you talk about able to rope. She's got to get it up and be quick. Kelsey. To look at her start right now.
Aboard.
And reset. You want everything. Everything's got to be perfect.
It does. And sometimes you got to reset yourself in a deal like that, too. You just kind of kick off the corner, make your horse listening to you. Here she goes. Crept off the corner. Is she close? 1.8. Is she out? No. I don't think so.
No.
Oh, I was hoping she was clean. I would have loved to have seen her win this event. You see pulling just a little bit right there. You can see she left it, kind of crept off that corner rather than leaving it.
Well, we saw a couple other 1-8s, but they got the barrier. That turned it into 11-8. So you had 2 of those in there from Jordan Joe Hollaball and Kelsey Domer. Sawyer Gilbert, her 1.8 holds up. Jade Mitchell, Brady Good, and Katie Williams. How good is that? 1.8 to 2.4 to get the checks there. That was some kind of a breakaway round. Let's get back down to Sierra.
Well, it took 1.8 seconds to secure the Rodeo Austin title for Sawyer Gilbert. And with such fast times that we've seen this entire rodeo, you think that start was really short, but it's specific and it's vital in this success.
Yeah, it definitely is. Everybody's got to see the start. It doesn't matter what it is, but everybody's got to see it.
Now, coming into tonight, it really is just a clean slate. Other events, you got to see the aggregate, but this is just going for it and going for it in a big way.
Yeah, and I had a strong calf, and I'm really grateful that I had I wanted that calf pretty bad, and he was enough cow that it could have worked. You got to have a special cow to be 1.8.
Now, we're used to seeing you on a paint horse, so we saw you on a gray tonight, so tell us a little bit about your horsepower.
Oh, she's really, really special to me. She belongs to Dylan Mundorf, and that mare has come so far in the last couple of years, and the horse I was riding last year kind of ended up getting sore, and so I wasn't really riding her because that's his precious, and so, but I stole it from him, and he hasn't been able to get back on her since.
Well, it was a great steal. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Your champion, the Breakaway Roping, Sawyer Gilbert, 1.8 seconds for tonight.
I like that clean slate final in the Breakaway Roping. Makes it fun to watch. Stetson Wright, Rusty Wright, Cade Bruno. Those are the headliners that are coming up in Saddle Bronc Riding. You got Brody Kress in there, Stetson Wright in there, Damian Brennan, Cade Bruno, and of course Zeke Thurston. So it's a clean slate. 8 Cowboys. This is going to be some kind of a round.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing, and it's stacked up on horses too.
When you talk about Rusty Wright, when you get on a roll, a lot of that's just what you draw, isn't it? You get on the right end of the draw and you make the most of it. That's what he has done so far this year.
It seems like if you've ever gambled or played cards, momentum comes your way, and it seems like you get in a spot where you can never draw a bad one, and that's what Rusty Wright is doing right now. Look at All or Nothing. I mean, this is a big sorrel that everybody dreams of getting on. Bucks plenty to be 90 points on. You got to do your part, and he just did. Look at that. Great ride for Rusty Wright. That's going to set the bar, and it should be a big one. Good mark out. See how he held his feet and picked that timing up? And look at the extension. This horse jump and kick, big air, and he's so far ahead of him. I mean, it is just a day off for Rusty Wright. What a winner he's put together, and what a score. 88 points. I don't know. He could have been a couple more, in my opinion. Either way you look at it, that's a big score to get by for the rest of the guys.
Yeah, Rusty has loved this Texas swing, and you've been able to see it all of it right here on the Cowboy Channel, and 88 points for him. Is it going to be good enough to get the win? Well, we're going to find out pretty quick because the hits are just going to keep on coming. Here comes Cade Bruno. You know, we talk about Cade. He's done everything except win that world championship.
Yeah, and he's been in the conversation for a couple different years over that. He's number 3 again in the world standings.
4 trips to the NFR, wound up number 6 when the dust settled, and at the end of 2025, he's just been right there knocking on the door.
Yeah, Lindsay's Thunder Rolls. This is a good one from Diamond G Rodeo. And Cade Bruno, in my opinion, he's riding as good as he has ever ridden ever. I think at this point in his career, he has looked so solid this winter. Every horse he gets on, his saddle looks perfect.
Oh, we were talking about it before we came on the air. Just the cream of the crop in saddle bronc riding. It is hard to navigate the waters and win a world championship in this event.
Yeah, if you're 88 points, there's no guarantee that's going to win a lot. All right, Bruno, look at this. This is what I'm talking about. Look at this horse stack up, get in the air. What a great bronc. Hey, Bruno makes a solid ride. Man, you know, you look at his ride, maybe didn't make as good a spur ride as Rusty, but I think the horse was maybe a point or two better than All or Nothing, in my opinion. So they kind of counter each other. He should be close in that 88 area. We'll see if they saw it the way I did. Good mark out. Boy, this horse is bucking. When he comes around the corner, look at the air. Bruno kind of got lifted up just a little bit, then he set back down. That is an outstanding bronc ride. What are they going to do?
Yeah, a half point's going to be the difference between Cade Bruno and Rusty. 88.5 is the score for Cade Bruno. So he's your new leader now at 88.5. And here comes Damian Brennan. He knows how to get to Las Vegas, ranked number 1 in the world at the end of the regular season. Has not been able to escape Sin City, though, with that gold buckle.
No, this could be his year. Cloud 9. This is just a nice jumping kicker, but you got to compare the 2 that are ahead of him, and this isn't near the horse that Bruno had or Rusty had. So, you know, luck of the draw like everything. It's all part of this. Good bronc most of the time, but when you stack all these good horses in a pen together, those don't fit right there.
It has a way of sorting itself out, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does. And you'll see it. I mean, good mark out. Right through here, this horse stacks up, and I'm sure they win a lot of money through the course of the year, but this horse is going to kind of move down the arena. The kick's going to go away right in here, so that's why he's 82 points. Nothing he did wrong. Just needed a little bit of better dance partner.
That's going to leave him well back. Keep in mind, just the top 4 get a check in this championship round in the saddle bronc riding. Kyle Wanchuk now climbing in. Had a couple of guys that have turned out for various reasons, and let's see if Kyle, clean slate final, see if he can make the most of it.
Yeah, Kyle, of course, you know Colby Wanchuk. This is his brother. He also is an all-around cowboy up there in Canada. Great team roper.
He's a great bronc rider.
Road Rash from Diamond G Rodeo.
6.
Kyle Wanchuk.
Diamond G's Road Rash.
Been down here on tour with his brother and some of the other Canadians. Man, those Canadians have loaded up some bronc riders in the past few years.
It's been fun to watch that.
Become one of them.
Yeah, it's been fun to watch that invasion from north of the border.
All right, Kyle, good mark out. Road Rash. Jumps and kicks. Got a little drop coming. Wanchuk. Good ride. Man, oh man, keep it up, Kyle. Good, solid ride.
Got one that turned back there in front of the judges, gave him a chance to show off a little bit.
Yeah, he did. I don't know if he can catch first or second. Should move him ahead of Damian Brennan pretty successfully, I would think. Have a look at it. Maybe hit him a little low once or twice in there. From the rest of it, boy, this looked good. Stacked up there, 81.5. Puts him in 4th now, right behind Damian Brennan. I thought he could have been 85, 86 pretty easy, but good ride for Kyle.
That's going to leave him on the bubble. Top 4 get a check. Alan Bohr. Alan's one of those guys that's just been really consistent. Couple of trips to the National Finals Rodeo. 23rd in the final world standings last year.
Yeah, he comes in 24th this year, but he's been riding really good this winter. Alan, boy, this horse is a handful. Making this fast circle, you got to go to work right now. Good ride for Alan Bohr. Mountain wasn't much fun. I mean, that's one of those, you call them meat and potato horses. You just get your chin down and you go to work. You don't look up any time. You don't get a lot of hang time to look pretty or look classy. You just keep your chin down and go at them. There's a lot of jumps coming in 8 seconds. But Alan Bohr, he's been riding good this winter. Very good. 24th, 25th, 24th in the world standings right now. So Big chance to move up into the top 15. 84.5, put him into third.
Going to bump him past Damian Brennan. Cade Bruno still has the lead at 88.5. Rusty Wright behind him at 88. And Brody Kress, multiple NFR average champion. What a career he's had. Another one of those guys that's just been able to win about everything imaginable except that world championship.
Yeah, it's been elusive towards him.
3 average titles, 9 trips to the national finals rodeo.
$2.4 million. I mean, you're right, Jeff. He is just won so many big events. 33rd in the world standings right now.
Great scores.
So this would be a big boost for his world standings if he could pull one off right here on foul motion. And this horse is not, I've watched this horse quite a few times, and he's not one that you would say I would love to draw him. He's one you can be a lot of points on, but it's a lot of work. He'll do some lead changes, take long jump. Here it comes. I mean, he's a handful. All right, Kress, so far so good. Foul motion, turns the corner. Oh, is he there? I think he is. And I mean, he wasn't there past 8.1. But Brody Kress gets the thumbs up. And that, that was a good ride on that Bronc because not many guys ride him this good. He goes to the NFR every year, but he goes in that eliminator pin because he's a handful.
Kress makes the ride.
Waiting on the score. Yeah, 87.5.
Good deal.
Yeah, puts him in third place. In the rough stock events, 12,800 if you're the winner, 9,600 for second, 6,400 for third, 3,200 for fourth. So that's what these guys are fighting for in those top 4 spots right there. And right now it's still Cade Bruno at 88.5. Kress is in there now, third place. Rusty Wright sandwiched in between them. And Stetson Wright's getting ready. Got to talk about all the world champions we have. We got the reigning world champion bull rider here in Stetson Wright. He just didn't make the championship round in bull riding. And, of course, he's also the reigning all-around champion as well.
Yeah, and right now he's number 1 in the world in the saddle bronc. He's won $130,000 already in the saddle bronc riding.
And you wonder why they call him Superman. Well, just watch the next 8 seconds. And we've had a chance so far, you and I, in these championship rounds that we've called, we've already seen some great moments from Stetson Wright.
Oh, man, haven't we? We watched him at Houston, Fort Worth, San Antonio, Denver, now here in Austin. I mean, he is so rock solid.
Hired gun to
89 to take the lead away from Bruno.
84.5 or better to move into the top 4. I'd like to find a little bit of wiggle room in there. Give yourself a chance to get one of those top 4 checks.
I'm trying to get hired gun to kind of help him get in the chute. Of course, is leaning pretty hard.
They won money twice.
Down in the front end, or down in the back end, excuse me. Probably get up out of there. They'll probably load him or roll him to the next chute. And there he goes. That just resets the Bronc. That's good. That's kind of like when you're in the timed events, you see a guy locked in the corner for a while the calf's fighting the chute. You kick your horse forward and kind of take the pressure off him. That's the same thing they did right there with hired gun.
Now you can see Benny Butler right there. He's large and in charge. He's running everything.
Yeah,
He'll coach you a little bit too if you're a little bit slow.
Yeah, he can be not very nice if you take too much time in there.
He's so much
That's
fun.
a nice way of putting it.
He is so much fun to listen to. What a character.
Remember the time we mic'd him that
Oh,
time?
yeah.
There were so many cuss words we had to bleep the whole rodeo. All right. Oh, man, this horse is bucking. He's got a lot of drop. Oh. Down comes Wright. Wow.
That's like seeing a unicorn right there to see Stetson
Look at him
Wright
smiling. I mean, that's a square up buck off, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look at the drop. I mean, look at the power. This is kind of a big, slight built, tall Bronc. And you can see right here, Stetson, he's going to be 90 all day long. And you can see he just missed setting his feet right there. And those swells just dropped clear out from under him. Whoa. What a horse.
That is something that he's not used to.
Yeah, none of us are.
No. So Stetson Wright
Wow.
comes down. Cade Bruno stays in the top spot at 88.5. But the last guy to go is another guy, kind of like Stetson Wright. Big resume, a lot of world championships. And it's not over until Zeke Thurston rides.
Man, yeah, he's amazing. Zeke, when he was a boy, he was a trick rider and roper with his brothers, Sam and Wyatt. They even performed in front of the Queen of England. I mean, they were a big act in Canada. But he's turned into a big act in bronc riding, hadn't he?
He has 4
6
world
Canadian
championships.
champions. 4 world titles, over $3 million. I mean, he is just absolutely
This
dominated.
horse has his day. He will get in that air.
Green Bay, the name of this Bronc. Got to be 89 to take the lead away from Bruno.
Puts it all together with
Got to be 85 to get into the top 4. So it is not an easy night in bronc riding if you want to check. All right, Zeke.
There's his number 1.
I'm guessing that's little Zeke right there, dressed just like his dad. All right, big jump out of the chute. Zeke Thurston. So far, so good. This horse is bucking. We've seen Zeke do this so many times. Great bronc ride for Thurston. Is it enough to get Cade Bruno? I don't know, but man, oh man, that horse bucked right out of there.
out here tonight.
Vintage Zeke Thurston, the 4-time world champion.
Man.
It's in the hands of the judges.
Ooh, look at that. I mean, he drops out of there, Zeke. Not so sure on the mark out. We'll leave that up to the judges, but boy, did he buck.
More than enough.
91 and a half for Zeke Thurston. How many times have we seen him do that?
More than enough.
Holy
Comes in and
cow.
just wins it at the wire. Bumps Cade Bruno to second. Rusty Wright to third. Brody Crest gets that 4th place check with 87 and a half, but it's Zeke Thurston, the last Cowboy out. 91 and a half. What a bronc riding down
Man,
here at Rodeo
man.
Austin.
That's going to let Zeke win nearly $20,000. So if you're 33rd in the world like he is, you just made a big move in the stand.
Yeah, time for him to start climbing those world
It
standings.
is.
Let's get to Sierra.
Well, it was none better than Zeke Thurston and a monster score of 91 and a half. What an incredible ride. Did you think at any point, all right, I think I got it here?
No, not really. That horse bucked extremely hard. For no bigger than he is very strong, very powerful, and I just kept kicking away. I was glad to hear the buzzer.
Now, with Rodeo Austin, it's that sudden death feeling. Do you have that energy kind of coursing through you, jump after jump, knowing that you got to just hang it all out on the line?
Absolutely. They're very fun, these tournament-style rodeos, especially you get in the finals, it's sudden death. Everything bucks hard. You know, you just get to go out there and go at them, and it makes it exciting.
Well, it was definitely exciting to watch you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're a champion, the saddle bronc riding Zeke Thurston, 91 and a half to take it home.
You know, Zeke, he's just working hard to retire as the most decorated saddle bronc rider of all time.
No, he's working in the right direction. And like he said, that was a bucking horse, and you could see it. I mean, that first jump woke him up. And when he wakes up, he gets at it, doesn't he? Man, what a pretty bronc ride for Thurston.
Yeah, I think he kind of tipped his hat to that bronc, didn't he?
Yeah.
He knew he
did.
had, he knew he had his
do.
fans
You're
full.
right.
And, but he rose to the occasion, 91 and a half. There's your champion in saddle bronc riding. When we come back, Riley Webb, the reigning world champion. Kincaid Henry, he's gotten to be awfully tough in the last couple of years. And Joel Harris, 3 tough Texans will shoot it out here in Austin. Kincaid Henry comes in with that average lead, 15-9 on 2. Riley Webb a little bit off the pace right there. So that may be the difference when the dust settles here. Nice to see Tyson Durfee back into a major championship rodeo like this in the championship round. We jump on in. Ace Reese should be the first Cowboy out. Another Texas Cowboy.
Yeah, Ace, we talk about young talent coming on board. Ace Reese, 19 years old. Watch, you keep track of this name too. He's for real himself.
Yeah, the problem is he comes in 12th in the average. He's at the back of the pack, so he's kind of chasing that go-round money, which pays a little over $2,700 if he can get the win right here.
Yeah, a little off the barrier right there. So he's ran one down the arena away. Ace kind of blocks him off right there now. Finish it on the ground, miss picking up his string. The little bobbles throughout that run puts him at 9.8.
9.8 is a hot run. It's got to be there.
28.2 on 3 runs.
Forward, 6 seconds, 3 legs. You got to remain.
You know, it's going to get a lot faster than that here in this championship round.
Yeah, it will. I mean, it's kind of like the breakaway roping. You can't spot one out there too far. Although you are, you can protect a lead. Like I'm trying to say, you bring both your runs in and you add to it in this run. It's not like a sudden death deal. So guys are thinking that.
Yeah, keep in mind it's a multiple format here in these timed events here on the PRCA side of things. Top 12 coming back, 3 head totals how you win. And in the rough stock events, it is a clean slate final round of 8. It'll be that way in barrel racing too, as Joel Harris gets set to go. How fun has he been to watch? He's been to 2 NFRs, wound up number 4 in the world last year. He and his brother Ty can set the world on fire.
Yeah. Oh, man. Ooh. Sora's got a stinger right there.
He's backed in the box. He's ready to go.
Yeah, Strand, another one of those young guys, 23 years old. It's kind of like everything else. You're seeing A change. Strand gets off the corner of this yellow calf off to the left again, and the same kind of result that we watched Joel Harris. That was a moving target.
You know, what happens when that calf goes left?
Well, when they go left, they kind of hide themselves behind your horse's head. You've got to change the tip of your rope, or you've got to reach out there and try to rope under your horse's neck. And either way, it's not a real successful thing.
Bo Pickett gets ready to go. Pickett and Caldwell, Idaho. That kind of goes hand in hand.
Yeah, no kidding. That Pickett name's famous, isn't it? Bo, his Uncle D, great all-around cowboy, great world champion, team roping. But Bo right now is making the name for himself, and he's having a really good winter. Number 12 in the world standings. He's made a couple trips to the Canadian finals, and he misses. Oh.
We're a little bit snake-bit in this championship round in tie-down roping.
Oh, that hurts right there.
Nobody seems to want to put down a time that's pretty fast.
Number 6 in the world. He is another one. Of course, he went to the national finals bulldog in 1 year.
You know, it's crazy. We don't see a lot of tie-down ropers from California make the national finals rodeo. That's a bit of an anomaly.
Yeah, it is, but the ones that do are really good. Minton comes from a rodeo family. He knows. All right, Brushman. Right now, it's all yours. Wide open. Good head catch. Calf standing when he gets to him now. Just set down. Well, misstrings him. A little bobble. One wrap and a little bobble there, too. 8.3. That's going to put him in the lead.
Yeah.
In the round and the lead in the average if that calf stays tied.
No, he's not going to.
Oh, man. And you can see that half hitch did not go on there tight, and he knew it. I was just about to say I'd probably take 2 wraps to make sure, especially where he's at in that average, but no time. Calf has to stay tied 6 seconds. So when the guy gets back on his horse, you can't just sit there with the rope snug and hold the calf. You got to ride forward and let the calf try to fight the tie, and he got up.
A lot of hook 'em horns in the crowd. You'd expect that in Austin, Texas.
Yeah, no kidding.
He is a national collegiate champion, and he is
Calhoun.
rookie.
20 years old. Another one of these young guys with just a great career ahead of him. Tyler. Boy, I don't know if he got out. If he did, he's got a great run started. Squares up. This looks like a good calf, too. Did he take the tie? Yeah. Both wraps in a hooey. 7-7. But did he get out?
He
You
did
see
not.
his expression, the way he's walking back to his horse? I don't think he did. 17-7.
A hat wave from one of our pro officials.
Well, the good news is
What
that-
about Ace Reese?
Yeah, the good news is, though, at 17-7, you're still sitting in second place.
Well, true.
And you're second in the average, but there's so many big guns still yet to go.
Yeah.
We're going to see this thing correct itself before we're done.
Tyson Durfee,
All right.
Bronc, Texas.
Durfee now has kind of a layup in front of him.
He's a former champion.
See what he can
Rodeo
do.
Austin. His wife, a beautiful Australian.
Had to pull just a little. All right, Tyson, here it comes. Have him standing when you get to him, and he is. Oh, a little trouble flanking him. That's going to slow him down a hair. Calf's going to strain, and he's going to make sure he gets him tied at 12 flat.
12 flat.
Going to leave him second in the average. He's not going to catch Ace Reese.
No, puts him in there at 30.1 on 3 calves.
Now, Tyson, famous for winning a world championship, but every day for him, every day that he competes is tough enough to wear pink day.
There's some big guns, starting with this one.
Yeah.
Britt Betke.
Oakley, Idaho.
That Betke name, boy, they're rodeo family up there.
Has not made that
Britt.
regular NFR, but this
Britt, give us something to cheer about here.
2 swings. Make sure he sets the run up. All right, square up, Britt. This could be big. Just sit down. I may take 2 wraps and a half hitch, and he does. Smart run. Betke goes to the lead.
Yeah, 8.5. By 1.3 seconds, he's now in the top spot. That may set the tone for what we're going to see in these final 4 tie-down ropers.
that it is a good run.
Yeah, that was smart. Just go out there, tie one down. You're going to get a good check no matter what. Don't try to be 6 or 7. Just make a solid run at 8 and 5, and that's exactly what he did.
Yeah, a good chance that 8 and 5 is going to get you in the top 4 in terms of the
I bet
round.
it will.
Your top's in the average right now, 26.5 on 3.
More to take
Now he's going to have to make a pretty good run to get ahead of Betke. Betke, 26 and 5. Clemens comes in.
Over 10,000 up for grabs just tonight.
Oh, no. I think he rolled his half hitch off. No time.
No good. Goal, I'm sorry.
All right, he comes in 17.2 on 2 calves. So he needs to be under 9. I think he can do that, maybe under 10. He's down the arena ways, but watch this. Squares up, calf's on his side. He's going to hustle through it. Calf's going to strain. Not the prettiest run, 11.2. That's not going to get him to the lead. It's going to get him to third.
Yeah, third in the average and third in the round.
But he's in the top 3, and this game is about making
11.2 for Riley. That wasn't the best calf to draw.
No, it wasn't.
28.4 puts him in third. Betke slides by one big gun. He's got 2 left, and they're 2 of the hottest. Well, all 3 of these guys, starting with Riley, these last 3 guys have been the hottest tie-down ropers of the year at this point.
Dylan Hancock, Kincaid Henry, the last 2 guys to go.
Well, Dylan was 17 flat on 2, so he needs to be 9.5, I believe.
Age 22, already 2 trips to the National Finals Rodeo. Top 6 in the world last year.
And he is putting a great year together. Hancock. Calf goes off a little bit to the right. Didn't rope him pretty, but he roped him. Now he's just going to sit down and finish it. New leader. 8 flat for Dylan. That puts him at 25 flat.
Flatfoot's up on that horse, and that starts that 6-second clock rolling, and that's going to be great for him. So he moves to the lead in the round, the lead in the average. So 8 flat in the round, 25 flat on 3. And 1 Cowboy remains. So he's going to finish no worse than second in either side of the round and the average. And that final Cowboy is Kincaid Henry, who's number 2 in the world. And he's been on a bit of a tear. 4 trips to the NFR, top 3 in the world last year. Kincaid Henry arrived in 2025.
Yeah, man, and this horse and they're just like, they fit like a glove. He was 1.1 seconds ahead of Dylan Hancock, so he needs to be 9, or actually 9.1 or better, and he misses. Oh, my goodness, the calf off to the left. We talked about what that happens. It makes your loop. You drop your elbow just a little bit, try to make it work, and when it doesn't, that's the extent. Roped him around the eyes, no time, and Dylan Hancock gets a big win here.
That was a feast or famine championship round in tie-down roping.
Boy.
We saw a little bit of everything, and a lot of the stuff you can't really unsee. It wasn't very good for the top tie-down ropers in the world, but it was good for Dylan Hancock. 8 seconds flat for him. He wins the round. He wins the average. He's going to sweep that. That's over 11,000 for him. Britt Betke in second place. And how about Ace Reese? Just kept on. Came in 12th, climbed all the way up to number 3.
Wow, that's awesome.
Here's Sierra.
Well, it was Dylan Hancock in the calf roping to get it done with an 8 flat second run. And Dylan, going into this tonight, did you think that was going to be good enough if you put that on the board?
No, I didn't think so. Kincaid had a good lead on us, and he had some tough luck, had a strong calf, and it just worked out.
It definitely did. Now talk a little bit about your horsepower. We know that is so important in the calf roping, especially when the chips are down like this.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I just rode Old Faithful Earl tonight. He's just simple and just lets me do my job, and he's been good for me.
Now your calf seemed a touch stronger than the rest. Did you know that coming into it? Because it really seemed like you were taking that shot as that calf was going right.
Yeah, I knew he left sharp and just needed to be close to the barrier and try to get it on him before he got away.
It definitely worked out. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Your champ in the calf roping, Dylan Hancock, taking on the title of Rodeo Austin.
That was a bit of a stormy tie-down roping, but for this Cowboy right here, he handled it no problem.
Yeah, no problem. Like it sounded like in his interview, just keep things simple, and that's what you get the result of right there. Big win right there for Hancock.
Dylan Hancock runs the table, wins the short go, he wins the average, picks up big checks here in Austin, Texas. When we come back, reigning world champion Kassie Mowry, Emily Beisel, Latricia Duke, they'll all go head-to-head in barrel racing. Dublin, Texas, she'll be the first cowgirl out, and she can make things tough on everybody right here if things go well.
No, I think she is on Jarvis, so we'll see.
Yeah, she did not bring Jarvis to the National Finals Rodeo last December for a variety of reasons. It didn't matter. She lost 0 momentum.
Well, here we go. Just picked up a big win at Houston. She's number 2 in the world standings. Good turn on this second barrel. Number 1 in the world standings by a mile. All right, this is going to set the pace right here. It's going to be right off the top. 14:19, the second fastest run we've seen ran here at Rodeo Austin. all week long or all 2 weeks long. That's just amazing.
Little bump on that first barrel.
Yeah, who cares? Man, oh man, is she something else?
And Jarvis, just absolutely spectacular. So Kassie Mowry, the reigning world champion, 14-19, giving everybody else something to think about.
Yeah, big something.
Keep in mind, this is a clean slate final. There'll be 8 cowgirls. Lindsey Mugley will be next to go.
Ooh, Lindsay's ready to go on Movado. All right, coming in hot to that first barrel. Oh, and did it go over the other way? I think it might. If she reached down, I thought she saved it. We'll wait and see when it comes into the shot and it is down. That's a 5-second penalty. But, oh, man, that was almost an amazing save.
I thought she was going to – I think she just got a little over-aggressive if you watch this. She had it right here. She's got it, and then she just a little too hard of a push.
Adrenaline will do that to you.
Yeah.
But she let completely loose of her horse's reins. So then she came out low off the barrel and, 1496 goes to 1996. So her chances are not very good now.
That was an adventure right there.
That was a run. Wow.
Minnesota top 20 cowgirl.
Austin Toby, Minnesota cowgirl. All you got to do is beat the world champions. You got the lead 14-19.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's a big bar to get over. But Austin Toby comes in on Frisky. Well, it's fun to see how the approach is for all these ladies. Some come way up the aisle, some start from way back. But this is a good start. 1 good barrel, 2 good barrels. So Frisky, he can get around this third and come straight home, and it was a perfect run as far as the pattern's concerned. 1467. That just shows the run Kassie Mowry and Jarvis laid down, because that was an absolute beautiful barrel run.
1467.
Puts her in second place.
3 cowgirls down, 5 still remain in this championship round at Rodeo Austin.
Yeah, that was a flawless run right there. Absolutely flawless.
Get an idea what it's like to head for home. Back to more NFR talent here. Here comes Emily Beisel. What a force she's been the last 6-7 years here in barrel racing.
Yeah, 7 national finals qualifying. $1.8 million in winnings. I mean, she's something else. Number 4 in the world right now. She's picked up about 6,100 already here at Rodeo Austin. Running Liza, so she gets a good leg lift and could not get by it. 2 down. So she's just going to finish her run and see her chances go out the window. 10 seconds and penalties. Well, usually this works. You'll see her pick her leg up and try to get by it. But Liza, man, that is a horse that turns.
She does. There's a look at the leaderboard. Kassie Mowry, your reigning world champion, 14-19. Pretty comfortable lead right now. So 4 cowgirls down, 4 cowgirls still remain. You give Kassie Mowry the top of the ground like this and the great horse Jarvis, that is a recipe for success.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? I can just watch her run after run after run. She is so solid. She and Jarvis.
When you factor in the futurities, she is the richest barrel racer of all time.
I was just going to say that. She's won $1.6 million in the WPRA, but she's won, I think, over $6 million when you add it all together. It's amazing.
Haley Gibson-Stillwell getting set to go.
Number 6 in the world. She's won 7,300. She's had a good Rodeo Austin. Good first barrel. All right. Haley, lay it down on Piper right now as she comes home. 12, 13, 14, 43. Good run. Put her in second place. And that has won a lot of money this week. So that's a good spot. Didn't take over the lead, but she's setting awfully nice for second now.
3 cowgirls have had clean runs. You can see them right there. Mowry, Gibson-Stillwell, and Toby.
1443.
Alone tonight is $9,700.
Wow, these horses, they're just amazing. All right, here comes Carlos.
Yeah, Latricia Duke, we talked about her. She's got some momentum going. Trying to keep it rolling here at Rodeo Austin.
Played 2 runs down, 1422, 1420. But she needs to be a little faster than that. Oh, what a barrel. Man, oh man, I don't know how much closer you can shave one. Another good turn. Man, she is just having an incredible winter. Straight home. 12, 13, 1448 puts her, I believe, in 4th place, third place.
Yep, 3rd place. Gibson Stillwell stays number 2 at 14:43. Mowry stays on the top at 14:19. Latricia Duke now in third place. Top 4 all get a check. So Austin Toby now is the cowgirl on the bubble as we get down to our final barrel racers.
Boy, it is so deceiving. When you watch a run like that and it ends up 14:48, I mean, I don't know where she lost time in that compared to her first 2 times. That was a pretty run.
Taylor Bays, San Angelo, Texas.
All right, Taylor. Here she comes on bow. This horse can fly. Great first barrel. I mean, she's laying down a good one. Uh-oh, a little off. She's got to fight to that third barrel, and that's going to cost her crucial seconds. But this horse can make it up with speed. 13, 14, 47. That could have been much faster if she could have straightened that run out a little bit. That horse can absolutely lay down a run.
Now, she catches Latricia Duke by 1/100th of a second. That bumps Duke to second place. Taylor's in third. Mowry still number 1. Gibson Stillwell number 2. Jordan Driver is going to get set.
She went to the college finals 4 times 2025.
The last cowgirl with a chance to beat reigning world champion Kassie Mowry.
Comes the judge. That's the name of this horse, Judge, and here she comes.
Is on her way.
Good turn. Good speed out of it, too. Jordan Driver, number 10 in the world standing, so another big win right here would really help her. Beautiful run. Man, all these ladies ran excellent tonight.
Needs 14:48 or faster to get into the top 4, and that's not going to happen.
On the run for Jordan.
So she's going to wind up just out of the money in 5th place. Kassie Mowry, first cowgirl out. You give her the top of the ground, and she doesn't let that go by very often without getting a big check. Mowry gets the win, 14-19. So for her, she picks up that first place check, over $12,000 for her. Haley Gibson Stillwell in second. Bays and Duke all getting a check here, but Kassie Mowry is absolutely spectacular, on pace for maybe a 3rd straight world championship. Here's Sierra.
Well, Kassie Mowry and Jarvis have kept it consistent here at Rodeo Austin, but none better tonight. 14-19. That was unbelievable, that run. And you even said it yourself. You were peeling the paint off of those barrels.
I was. Being first out and the ground's been incredible. You don't know what to expect, so you just have to let it go as fast as you can, see how it falls.
Now, I still remember that run like it was yesterday in Fort Worth there in the short go. I mean, it just seems like Jarvis loves these last nights at the rodeos, knowing that he has got to put everything out there to win.
He definitely does build his momentum as he goes. I think he gets comfortable in an arena and he just frees up more.
He definitely does. And what is it about Rodeo Austin that you have to prepare for, you and Jarvis, coming into it with so many runs in this little building?
It is. Well, actually, we got an assist by my big gray horse, Will. He ran the long go and got me into the semifinals because we were at Houston on Jarvis. So I switched to run Jarvis here at Austin. He won this rodeo before, and I'm wanting to run Will tomorrow at San Angelo. So they really work well as a pair together.
They definitely do, and an amazing jockey behind an amazing team. Kassie Mowry, your champion here at Rodeo Austin. Her and Jarvis taking it home.
Yeah, those two horses, that's a 1-2 punch, isn't it? And you give her the top of the ground with Jarvis, and that's like slow pitch softball and Aaron Judge.
Yeah, you just stack up what she put together. She won Houston, she won Austin, she won Fort Worth. It is just crazy how good she is with these two horses.
Getting a whole lot of separation between herself and the rest of the competition. Bull riding coming your way. Championship round, Rodeo Austin, right here on the Cowboy Channel. Down to our final event here at Rodeo Austin, our championship round, bull riding. There's a look at the matchups there. You can see Qynn Andersen, T. Parker. Two of the headliners we're going to see here in bull riding.
Yeah, it's stacked up pretty good. Braxton Whitesell's in there. Of course, T. Parker, he's having a great season. He was out with some injuries. Looks like he's back this year, riding right where he wants to be. Excellent ride right here. You see this bull just kind of gets him to the outside, and he just makes some big moves back in there. I mean, it's good to see a guy with momentum coming into the finals like that.
Well, it's right. Might as well go ahead and jump right on into the action. Dalton Allred, Utah Cowboy, going to be the first Cowboy out. You talked about Sammy Andrews kind of providing the bull power here. These guys are going to have their hands full.
Yeah, this is Aces High. This one actually is a Butler and Sons bull. They've got Sammy's got over half of them. Here we go. Big move around to the left, and this is what we're going to see in this short go. Holy cow. Aces High makes short work of Dalton.
Well, he's a little slow to get up, too.
Oh.
That ground is so hard right there in front of the chute.
He tried to cut the corner and get in there, but this bull was fucking so hard. Looks like he might have hit the corner right there.
It's like concrete. It's so packed down, especially as long as Austin's been going on, so for a couple of weeks. Not where you want to land. I don't think there's any fluffy place to land out there,
No.
but that for sure is not where I want to be.
No, and then Benny Butler's been walking up and down in front of the chutes. It's packed down like cement now.
Braxton Whitesell, Louisiana Bull Riders next. I tell Benny you said that. I say it all the time. He's like, if you wonder what John Wayne's like, just spend an afternoon with Benny Butler because he reminds me so much of the Duke.
Yeah, they're introducing our bullfighters. Boy, these guys have done a great job. I've been watching as much of this as I could from my ranch at home. Of course, there's the funny barrel man.
Justin Rumford.
He's so good.
He needs to maybe even add a little bit to that barrel, whiten that.
Bigger girth?
Yeah.
Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, I might just expand it just a touch. Custom-made barrel for him. Qynn Andersen, Australian Cowboy. We saw the youth movement in bull riding, and we've seen some tough guys come from down under. You got Kai Hamilton and you got Qynn Andersen. Both those guys are really good.
Yeah, Qynn made his trip to his first Wrangler National Finals a year ago. Yeah, he's having a good season this year. Good look at that wrap. Boy, these ropes, they are so sticky. They got to be. Wingman, another Butler and Son bull.
Rodeo and Greeley, Colorado on this Butler and
Wing
Son
sliding
bull.
up there.
All right. Chute number
Top
3.
30 in the world right now, but that's not a bad spot to be this time of year. All right, here he goes. Good shot, good job, good recovery. He's going away from his hand. He moved over there, Qynn Andersen. He's got him. One more move in there, and he is in for 8 seconds. Good bull ride for Qynn.
Yeah, and keep in mind, clean slate final here, so we'll see 8 bull riders, and Qynn Andersen is in the driver's seat now.
Super ride.
And the judges like it, too.
Watch this right here. He is really into his hand right there, but it didn't panic him. He just cut the corner with his free arm, got his hips right back over there. This little bull wanted him to be outside the whole way. 89 points for Andersen, so that is a big bar to get over for the rest of the guys.
That is an icebreaker in this championship round for these
Man.
bull riders. So 89, and that is absolutely spectacular.
In our finals tonight, they're all great talent.
Trying to figure out exactly who's coming next.
Superstar quality as we
Braxton Whitesell is next, yep.
The number 2 rookie of this year.
Nice shot is the bull from Butler and Son.
Rodeo. Braxton Whitesell.
Won about 5,500 so far. So, if he could win another 13,000 to go with it, that'd get him close to 20. He's 11th in the world standings coming into Austin tonight. So he's had a good season.
Chute number 2.
Good early season. All right, Whitesell. Here we go. Oh, he's got him. This is a nice little bull around there, away from his hand. Don't mess it up. Finish it off. Oh, almost gets out of shape, but he gets by.
Ooh. A shot or two on the dashboard right there.
Yeah, he did.
Well, those helmets come in handy sometimes, don't they?
Well, when you end up like that, they definitely do. Another look at it. I mean, this was kind of on him right here. I think he knew he had him. He kind of waited for the whistle right at the end and just kind of watch this bull bring him. I mean, you relax 1 second, you see how he just smacked 2 good ones right there on that horn. I don't even care if you have a helmet. That hurts. 85.5 puts him into second place. So he's in a good spot.
Hey, you kind of wonder what kind of bulls they're going to put together for these championship rounds. So far, those last 2 bulls look like these guys are loosen
nice.
up, have some fun.
Yeah, they're just nice bulls.
Put some good numbers on the board. So
I tend to think when Sammy Andrews bulls start showing up, we're going to see a little different level, but we'll wait and see.
Cotton Kaufman should be the next Cowboy to go here. Boy, already 2 scores on the board. They have broken the ice in Austin, Texas.
All right.
That wrap seems to be a little bit down on the side.
It's a Brazilian rope, and that's the one thing that I can never get used to when they run their hand down the side. They're designed that way, and most everyone they do kind of put them down a little further on the side than you would with an American rope. You want your little finger right in the middle of the backbone. So, it's just the way it is, but it's really, I don't care if it is a Brazilian rope. If they go away from your hand, it makes it a lot harder to ride one that way. Dump truck. This will be thought this was an Andrews bull, but I see Benny Butler's name there.
Wyoming Cowboy.
All right, Colton. Here we go. Little jumping kick, buck roll, and off he goes. That one wasn't a nice spinner there.
No, it was not. That didn't. It's kind of Sesame Street there. One of these is not like the others, and he is pretty spicy.
You know, you watch this bull. He kind of hops and skips, and what that does, that works your feet. See how his feet are kind of bouncing out of him? That's the way he's bucking. He's walking on his front feet. He's kind of shifting his body left and right. Your feet move behind your rope and want to pull you down. Dropped him in there. He made a big move to get out of the well, and no score.
There's a bullfighter cam. Get you right up close and personal.
Yeah, you want to do some adrenaline stuff? Just get out there and do what these guys do every single night. Oh.
Mine wouldn't be quite so close if the camera was on me.
The camera would have, mine would be the crowd as I'm running towards them.
That bull would have plenty of headspace if it was
no
me.
There's no bull in the camera?
Yeah, absolutely.
I know. They've done a great job, these three. I mean, all winter long, you know these are the best guys in the business.
Ira Morrison getting set. Got off to a quick start. Couple of scores on the board.
This is an Andrews bull, and he's 18 years old, so he's in his rookie year, and this is the biggest stage that probably he's been on. Big chance right here to start making a name for himself. Comes from Wells, Nevada.
Trying to catch Qynn Andersen, who has the lead in the round. 2 scores on the board. Top 4 in the round all get paid.
He's already won a little close to 4,000. Oh, he's got a good seat. Look how his focus is to the outside of that. That bull's wanting to work him into the spin. Great job. Ira makes a good ride. We may see a lead change right now. 89 by Qynn Andersen. Man, this should be close. I don't know if it will, but it was a good bull ride.
Yeah, for a youngster on a big stage, he was not intimidated.
No, he wasn't, was he? And look at this. You look where his focus is. It's right there to the outside, or the outside horn on that bull. It's funny where your focus. If he focused on the inside horn, that bull maybe drop him to the inside in that well. 88 points. Excellent ride.
I got a young rookie bull rider with some veteran moves right there. He moves to second place. So you got 89 from Qynn Andersen. Morrison there at second at 88. Braxton Weitzel still in the mix at 85.5. Handful of guys still to go. Clean slate final. Top 4 all get a check. And here's T. Parker. Here's the veteran, Winnie, Texas. Turning Point, another Andrews bull.
He is a Texas bull rider, huh?
Yeah, T, he's a cool cat. Been out with injuries kind of for the last couple of years, actually. He's made one trip to the National Finals Rodeo. But right now, he's number 17 in the world standings. So he's back. He's right where he wants to be, riding good. Right now, he's going to have to be 89.5 if he wants to win this event. See where he places his hand right there as well.
Okay, this is the important part coming up. Here we go.
A little further down the side. For those big bulls, when they kind of fight to shoot like that, it's a little intimidating.
Oh, Turning Point.
89, 88, 85.5.
Yeah, 3 good scores on the board.
Great scores.
Make the whistle, you got a pretty good chance of maybe picking up a check.
Bull's leaning just a little in the inside, just kind of the back of the chutes. He wants to square him up a little so he doesn't get a shot at him. Kind of a cheap shot right there. There we go. T. Parker. Nope.
Slides up.
Now he's ready.
Ooh, this one's bucking. Parker. Oh, he could be a lot if he could get over there. Oh, man.
That one was a full package. Came with belly rolls. Came with a little bit of everything.
That was not a spinner.
No, it was not. No.
Boy, and that's tough, especially a bull that bucks away from your hand like that. You can see on the replay. And I thought he was going to get by. Little hop and skip, and here he comes, but you can see him roll him into his hand. Looked like he shifted over there good, but they just could not finish it off. Boy, what a bull. Like I said, Sammy Andrews, he'll show up with some bovines, won't he?
Oh, he will. Yeah, there's a lot to that one. Cimarron Rucker getting set, Liberty Hill, Texas. Qynn Andersen's got the lead in the round, 89 points. 3 scores on the board. They pay 4, looking for the 4th.
Well, Cimarron might be the one. This is his rookie season, so again, a big stage for Cimarron.
He's been climbing the ladder.
Places that hand in that rope. You know, guys move their hand, a little bit either way, kind of a preference there. But when you ride a Brazilian rope, you can see how it's just off that backbone a little further. You pull them from the opposite side, it's a whole different deal. And they're designed to work a little different as well.
Loaded dice,
doesn't
another
make the
bull
bulls
from
buck
Sammy.
easier.
And we've seen the kind of bulls you want and the kind of bulls you kind of want to avoid in this championship round.
Well, we'll see what loaded dice is.
That bull for T. Parker, you definitely win the round if you make that 8 seconds.
You need Probably to be almost 90. He was going to be all of that on that one, wasn't he? Finish it off with that wrap. He's going to bring it right back through the palm and kind of tuck it down so you can get your hand closed. Have it ball up in your hand at this point.
Rodeos to brag on that you are the champion. Kind of like in a football game before they hike the
just about there.
Start making a little bit of noise right now.
Better hurry because Uncle Benny's going to show up here in a minute.
Yeah, with some words of encouragement.
With some words of encouragement.
4th and goal, Texas Longhorns for the national championship.
All right.
Especially this late in the rodeo. He's a little bit antsy in these final few bull riders.
Yeah.
He's going to call an audible. And the bull is just standing there fine.
He needs to get out of there.
He's about ready. Here we go. Everybody start.
All right, here we go. Away from his hand, right there to the left. He's got a good seat. Bull's traveling out in the arena. He still has a good seat. His inside foot comes up. Almost 6 seconds. Oh, man, what a good effort.
Yeah, 5.84 seconds. Clock freezes right there. The Rucker comes down.
Boy, look at this. I mean, I thought he had him, but right here, watch his inside foot if you can. It's going to come up his rope just a little bit. When a bull's doing that, you drop your inside foot, then you pick your outside foot, and you drop your inside foot. You're kind of doing a bicycle on them. When they're doing that, you're trying to keep your hips in the right spot.
Brady Young, Cowboy from Saskatchewan. Boy, any score will put you in the top 4.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a score here. Grady Young's, he's the real deal. We watched him for the first time last summer in Canada. His dad, Blade, was a really good bull rider up there in Canada. And Grady, he's got great style. He's not afraid to take a foot out of one either and open up. Bucking Hippie from Sammy Andrews.
Bucking Hippie.
Grady slides up on his rope. Here's the nod. Here we go. Can he get it done? Oh, this bull's got some drop. Young, still there. He's going to come back the other way. Move over there. Oh, no. Oh, he got him. Oh, and you can tell how upset he is. He had all the hard part done.
7.18 seconds for Grady Young.
Wow.
A little bit of ground money going to come into play here. So only 3 Cowboys are going to make the whistle.
Boy, what an effort. This bull's got some drop and coming around. This is absolutely perfect. He's still perfect right here. See how he dropped that inside foot to get a new hold? He just could not keep it there and rolled him into his hand and bucked him off. Oh, what an effort.
Yeah, Qynn Andersen, 89 points for him. Nobody else could catch him. Ira Morrison, the youngster, 88 points. Braxton Whitesole at 85.5. Some other guys got close. Could not quite get there. Here's Sierra.
Well, the Australian Cowboy seems to be having a pretty good time here in Texas. Qynn Andersen takes home the bull riding with an 89-point ride. You were the big talk of our show that we had before this rodeo started. Jacobs Crawley was really excited about that bull you drew. Were you as well?
I was super excited for that bull. I actually had him in Greeley in the short round there, and I won Greeley on him last year too, on him. So I was super pumped when I seen the draw last night and couldn't wait to get down here.
Now, what is it about that bull style that really seems to complement your riding style?
Oh, I just think he's a great bull, you know. A lot of up and down and a bit of gas. And yeah, you couldn't ask for much more.
Now, this rodeo is so exciting. The crowd was so excited for you. Do you feel that energy of the crowd right when you nod your head?
Yeah, the energy is everything, you know. Like you said, the energy in the building just makes us want to ride better and makes everything else better, too.
Well, you did a fantastic job. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Your champion, the bull riding of Rodeo Austin, Qynn Andersen, taking it home here in Texas.
Well, Rodeo Austin, you expect the stars to kind of rise to the top, and that's exactly what we saw tonight with some great champions and saw some great action down there.
Yeah, we did. We saw some guys make some big moves in the world standings because of what they did here at Austin tonight. So what a big finish for all these guys.
Well, we start with bareback riding. Bradlee Miller, 89.5 points for him as he gets the win. And Bradlee just continues to kind of write his own story. Very much a player in terms of the World Championship this year.
Yeah, that was a great ride. This horse had a lot of drop, a lot to him, and Bradlee did such a good job riding him through this difficult part of it. That's why he won first, and he darn sure should have. That was fun.
Yeah, and you had Nick Guy, who's a little bit back in terms of the world standings. He runs the table. He wins the short go. He wins the average, and he picks up a lot of money here in Austin.
Yeah, this is a big win for Nick. You know, he had a steer that he knew was going to be good, but you still got to do your job. And this guy, he is so big. He's coming back off an injury and kind of looks like his year is setting up to take off.
We saw a little bit of everything here at Rodeo Austin in terms of the team roping. We saw a new world record, but that team did not wind up as your champions here in Austin. It was this team right here, Tomlinson and Payne.
Yeah, look at Payne, clean it up right there. They were getting into the corner. That was a super run. You know, things kind of, there were some great runs. That was one of them. There was some wild times. That wasn't one of them, but they backed in there, knew what they had to do, and they got it on.
Breakaway roping, it started with a bang. The first cowgirls out, the first four, I mean, they were throwing the rope, and Sawyer Gilbert right here. What a time. 1.8 seconds. She's your winner.
Yeah, and she was early, so she really put the pressure on all of them. We saw some other 1.8s, but they all broke the barrier. That was a great run for Sawyer Gilbert. Boy, she's moving in the direction maybe to win another world title.
Yeah, saved the best for last in saddle bronc riding. Zeke Thurston, the four-time world champion. He was the last guy to go. He took care of business.
Boy, and it wasn't easy. It was a tough round in bronc riding, but when you're 91.5 points like Zeke was on this bucker, I'm telling you, you're going to win Austin, Texas. And Zeke needed it. He was 33rd in the world coming here. He's probably going to be in the top 15 now from that ride.
Well, the only event that didn't get untracked in this championship round was tie-down roping, but it did not matter to this guy right here, Dylan Hancock, 8 seconds flat. He also, kind of like Nick Guy, just ran the table on everybody and got all the money.
Yeah, he did a great job, especially focusing on this right here, the end of that run. He didn't get in a hurry, put 2 wraps on him. Things were pretty wide open. He made those other guys try to come beat him, and they didn't do it.
Boy, and you talk about the star power that we had in this championship round. Kassie Mowry, she won the last 2 world championships. She was the first cowgirl out, top of the ground. With Jarvis, no problem.
Yeah, if you have a horse like Jarvis, that's like just driving around with a bank with you. She wins everywhere. Fort Worth, Houston, now Austin. I mean, she is having an amazing season right off the bat.
She is trying to run off and hide from everybody. And in bull riding, 3 cowboys make the whistle. Nobody was better than the Australian, as the Aussie gets the win here, Qynn Andersen.
Yeah, Qynn Andersen impresses me. Of course, he talked about having this bull, so he knew what he was going to feel like, but that was not an easy bull to ride. He traveled in that spin. Qynn did a great job, just jump for jump, doing everything perfect away from his hand. Good win for Qynn Andersen.
Absolutely. So here's a look at the champions here in Austin, Texas, starting with Bradlee Miller all the way down there to Sawyer Gilbert at the bottom. So great championship round here, and it was fun to watch. And, you know, there's still one more stop left in the Texas swing, and you hear them talk about it. They're already starting to pack up, move out, and head down to San Angelo, Texas.
Yeah, they're headed to San Angelo, and so are we. So it's going to be fun in 2 weeks to see who can win the last rodeo of the Texas swing. We're going to see what someone, you know, they're going to make some more moves there. It's their last big chance.
Yeah, we started in Fort Worth, Texas, and kind of wondering who's going to jump in there in the World Championship races. We kind of know now. Thanks for watching. Butch and I will see you championship night in San Angelo. So long, everybody.